is Tristain McConaughey. Fun fact, my legal name, also known as my dead name in my community, is actually Tasia. How I came up with Tristain is I was gonna spell it Christian but with a T, and I accidentally misspelled it, and because my sister was talking about a stain she had on her shirt, so I put stain and it kind of just stuck. I'm from Rhode Island. I have 6 siblings. We're all extremely different, but we all look really similar. So instead of talking about my dead name or my family, where I'm from, I'm actually going to talk about a car accident I had gotten into on my way to Nichols for a leap day. And so I was at my girlfriend's house. I left early in the morning because I didn't know how long it was going to take me because Providence traffic sucks. And so while I was there, I'm on my way, and I realized I got here way too early. So I was like, I'm gonna go to a park because I'm obsessed with swings. I've always have been, and I wanted to go on some swings before leap day started. So I go to Sari and I'm like, can you bring me to a park? And she brings me to a ballpark instead. So I was a little upset. I was actually really angry because I was like, I don't want to be at a ballpark. No, this is not where I want to be. And so I put my car into park, and I'm like, all right, you know what, just bring me back to Nichols. And on my way, I'll stop by like Dunkin' Donuts or something and grab some food and then just come here for leap day. And my car had gotten stuck in the mud. So I'm sitting there and I'm reversing and I'm trying really hard to reverse. And all of a sudden, I hear this big bang and I feel my car rumble. And I put my car into drive and I'm like, you know what, I probably just hit a tree. I don't know, because there was forest behind me. So my car wouldn't move. So I look behind me and I realize my car is hanging off of a cliff. And I grab my purse, I grab my phone, I open the door, I grab onto a branch, and the tree was blocking my way of getting up. So I had to go under my car and climb up the opposite way. And as I'm climbing up, I look, and the only thing holding my car up, so that way my car is not falling off of the cliff, is a tree, a skinny little tree. So I'm looking around. I have no cell service, so I can't even call for an ambulance, no police, no nothing. And instead, this guy in a white van stops. Out of everyone that had driven by me, a guy in a white van stopped for me. And I got really creeped out because where I'm from in Rhode Island, a guy in a white van means run as fast as you can. And so he stops for me. I refuse to get into his van, and I'm just like, can you just call the police for me? He puts them on speaker, and he starts talking to the police officer, and then he's like, oh wait, I'm with a kid, and her car is currently hanging off of the cliff. So I still wouldn't get into the van, and so he comes out and he sits on the side of the road with me until the van comes, until the cops come, and they bring the ambulance, and the ambulance is like, we should bring you to the hospital. I'm like, no, I'm fine. I just want to go home. And so I called my mom because they realized I'm only 17, so I could not refuse medical treatment. So they called my mom, and I was like, Mom, I'm fine. Just come get me. So she said, all right, I'll be there in an hour or so. And so the police officer puts me in the back of his car. Also, where I'm from, police officers means running the opposite direction. So I'm sitting there and I'm cooperating with him. And I get into the back of his car. He brings me to the police station. On my way there, he's on the phone talking to someone. He's like, this is the 5th time this happened this week. I was like, if this is the 5th time it happened, you should do something. And when my mom gets there, she's like, are you okay? Are you okay? She's checking me. I'm like, I'm fine. Can we just go home? She's like, all right, if you go home, you're cleaning. And I was like, I'm not cleaning. I want to sleep. And she was like, no, you're going to clean if you go home. So I was like, you know what? Just bring me to Nichols. So she brought me to Nichols, and I was actually kind of happy she brought me to Nichols because it was honestly a really nice distraction after what had happened to me, because I was petrified, I was shaking, I was scared, and it was nice to just be somewhere to distract me for a little bit instead of being with my mother all day. I love her to death, but no. And so when I got home, my mom was like, you're not going to drive for a little bit, right, because you're scared to drive. I was like, no, hand me the car keys, and I will go on my way to what I gotta go do. So I took the car I currently drive now, and I was doing what I have. And so even though I had gotten into a car accident it never stopped me from being scared to be able to get back into a car and drive, because I realized that that's my only transportation. But I'm really happy it never